Hi everybody, it's Geordie from Geordie Colours. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been a while since I have been on screen, or not on screen, but showing my pages on screen. October was a super busy month for me. I was away for about 10 days and traveling around, and then my daughter got an injury. She fractured her collarbone. So yeah, it's been a bit of a hectic month. But I did manage to get a few pages done. I didn't get very many videos done. I apologize for that. I will try better next month. But I wanted to jump on rather late and show you my finished October pages. So I only have 6 completed pages and 1 whip, but let me show you what I've done anyway. So I'll put these off to the side and let's start with my whip. So while I was traveling, I managed to pick up this Colouring Heaven Halloween special, and October is also my birthday month, so I got quite a few goodies, and I will do a video to share that kind of haul with you. But this is one of the things that I picked up on my travels, and I decided to start a page in here, and this is it. It's a whip, and I'm not loving it. I really don't. I really don't like it. It started out pretty well. The pencil work I was pretty happy with. The background and the kind of metallic parts ruined it for me. But let's talk a little bit about that. So I got some Derwent Chroma Flow pencils for my birthday, which I was so happy with. And so I coloured the main pencil work. So all the main part of the picture was coloured with those Derwent Chroma Flow. So the only bits I haven't coloured are these kind of like smoky bits, which I need to come back to. But I started out by colouring kind of the main image and got most of it done. And then I thought I'd go in and do the background. But anyway, the Derwent Chroma Flows were amazing. I really loved them. I liked how the pencil work was going. I was liking how it was looking. Then I got to the background, and it's my own stupid fault, but in the background I used this Folk Art Extreme Glitter Black. Now, I had in my head that this, I didn't swatch it, so that's why I'm stupid. I didn't swatch it, I didn't try it out, but I had in my head that it was going to be black paint with like glitter in it. Turns out it's more like a glitter glue. It doesn't seem to have paint in it as such. It kind of comes out like a glue with lots of glitter in it. It's got lots of glitter, and the glitter is black, but it wasn't quite the look I was going for. I was hoping for a black background with some kind of like sparkly bits in it. But I started up in this top corner, and it also kind of yellowed the page a little bit up here. I don't know why, but it was fine everywhere else, but in that little bit there was a little bit of yellow that was brought through when I popped the paint on. But I kind of just started without swatching, and once I realized I couldn't do much about it, it was a bit late, so I decided just to go ahead and add it on the background and see how it went. And yeah, I just didn't love it. It wasn't the look I was hoping for, but as I say, my own stupid fault for not swatching. Then I also on my travels bought just like a really super cheap no-name brand metallic watercolor, which I decided to try out on the sun and the moons. And yeah, that was pretty horrible. I don't know if you can see, it's quite patchy, and even though I went over that 2 or 3 times, it didn't give a nice coverage, and actually the metallicness of it, is that a word, didn't kind of work. It's not very metallic-y, it's not very shiny. In comparison, you can see like I used a gold cyano pen on the stars, and it's much more shiny and glittery. I think this bit looks okay. I outlined it all with the gold cyano, but overall I just didn't love it, and I kind of left it as is. And I don't know whether I will go back and finish it. Actually, let me move you out a little bit so you can see the full page. Yeah, I don't know if I'll go back and finish it. I'm not sure. I just feel a little bit disappointed with it. As I say, I felt like it was going really well to begin with, and then it just went all a little bit wrong in that background. But anyway, it was a whip, and I wanted to show you because not everything goes to plan, does it? It's nice and shiny and sparkly and all that glitter in the background, but yeah, just not quite the look I was going for. So that was, oh sorry, there's a plane going overhead. Every time I sit down to record, something happens and there's noise outside. But yeah, so that was the page. It's actually a illustration by Maud Lemoyne. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But it is a really fun illustration and I really loved it. I'm just upset that I kind of messed it up a bit. But that was from Colouring Heaven's Halloween special. So next up I have, sorry, move that piece of paper, a couple of pages from A Million Magical Creatures by Lulu Mayo. Let me zoom you in again a little bit. So this was, I did 2 pages in here and I did them for Elm Colours hashtag, which was Witchtober Colour Along 23, and I completed this page and I really like how this one turned out. It was a lot of fun. I used, what did I use? I used a water-based marker to base everything. So I think I used my Ohuhu water-based brush markers. And then maybe a few tombos. I think I used a tombow for like the grey that I used for the bats. And then I used my Black Widow pencils over the top and a little bit of white Cyano gel pen just for a few highlight details. So it was a pretty quick and easy page. Obviously the black background is already done on this page, so I didn't need to worry about doing a background, which is always nice. And I didn't bother doing anything with all the stars and sparkles. I just left them white and I thought that it looked really cute. But really happy with how this page turned out. It's a lot of fun and just a very, very cute page. So yeah, the hashtag was, as I say, Witchtober Colour Along 23, hosted by Erica from Elm Colours, and all month long she was doing witch themed pages, and she had some amazing colour palettes that you could use to help you complete your page. I was a little bit inspired by her, I can't remember if it was like a candy witch or something like that, but it was kind of a fun, slightly different colour palette. So I've got some pinks and yellows in here along with the green, the more traditional greens, oranges and purples. But I just thought it was kind of cute and it was a lot of fun to do. I also did another page for that Witchtober colour along, which was this one. Let me remove all of this. This has got a little bit of sparkle on it, so that's why I've kind of covered it up. So I did this page and again, it was a lot of fun to do. I used some different things for me, because things that I don't normally use. So in the background, I used chalk pastels. So it was the Faber-Castell soft pastel that I've used in the background there. So I've did it with the background, and I also did it on the clouds to add that little pink bit to the clouds. And I did that first, and then I found it's easy to rub out with an eraser, anything that you get on other parts where you don't want it. So it was a lot of fun. I then used my water-based markers again, probably my Ohuhus and a few Tombos to base everything. And then went over with Derwent Chroma Flow pencils, which were the new pencils that I had for my birthday. And I also used some CSY metallic watercolor for the stars and moon, and it's a blue gold metallic, so it kind of, depending on which light you get it in, it's either blue or gold, and I thought that was kind of fun for a blue moon. And then I went around everything with the gold Cyano gel pen. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to do, and it was a pretty quick and easy page. And again, it was a lot of fun to join Erica with her colour along. And I'm really sorry, it's gone really dark here. Let me turn the light on and see if that helps. There we go, that might be a little bit better. So you can see all that shine and sparkle. But that was a lot of fun to do. And I thought I'd do a green witch just to do something a little bit different. Thought I'd do her skin green. So that was that one. I'll pop that off to the side. Let me just pop that back in there. I don't know if I need this on particularly, but I just thought because I had that metallic watercolor paint in there that it would keep it a little bit safe. Okay, next up I have a page that I completed in Meine, Reise, Durch, Asien by Rita Berman. I never know if I'm saying that correctly, but it sounds good, doesn't it? And I hadn't done any pages in this book yet. I had it sitting there, and always, I don't know, I often find with books like this, which are really popular, that I find it really hard to start because I've seen so many other people doing wonderful, amazing work, and I kind of feel like I struggle to think of ideas for myself. But I jumped in and I completed this page, which I actually really enjoyed colouring. It was a lot of fun. So for this one, I just used my pencils, my Derwent Chromaflow pencils. I didn't base it with any markers or anything like that. Just went straight in with the pencils, including on the background, which actually didn't take too long because it's not a huge background. And then I used some gold cyano gel pen. I used Pentel Sparkle Pop pen for the gold bits. And also you can probably see I've used a little bit of red on like the poppies and the butterfly. Hopefully that is catching in the light. And I used a tiny bit of Spectrum Noir crystal clear sparkle pen on the little, I'm not sure if they're butterflies or moths. I don't know if that sparkle is catching, but you might be able to see it in the light there. So yeah, just a bit of sparkle to add to it. But I enjoyed this page. It was a lot of fun. And I kind of like the colour palette that I chose. I was a little unsure to begin with, but I like the contrast between the kind of deep blue and the red of the poppies. And I think it turned out kind of nice. And I'm pleased to have a page completed in this book because it's a beautiful book. Her Africa book has been out for a while now. I can't get hold of it here in the UAE, so probably a good thing because I probably need to do a few more pages in this one and in her Europe book. So I will hopefully get my hands on the Africa one at some point, but for now, probably just as well that I can't, so that I can actually focus on doing more pages in these other books. But yeah, really like how that one turned out. Okay, so next up was another witchy page. Again, as part of Erica from Elm Colours Witch Toba Colour Along 23. I was heavily inspired by Erica with this page. She had done a page in this book as well. Which page did she do? It was beautiful, absolutely stunning. Can't remember which one she did. Must be further back. It was one with the witch walking through the woods, and she'd done this kind of moody, bluish grey, greeny coloured sky, turquoisey coloured sky. I can't find it now, but anyway, it's in this book. So I was very much inspired by that to do this sky, this kind of moody, greyish, turquoisey kind of sky, and then kind of chose a very autumnal colour palette. Let me zoom you out a little bit so I can get it all in. There we go. And yeah, I really like how this one turned out. So I used Copic markers to base everything. So like, yeah, everything. And then I went over with my Derwent Chromaflow pencils. You can see that I was getting a lot of use from those Derwent Chromaflows this month. I used Pentel Sparkle Pop pen in gold, which you can see hopefully on the inside of my pumpkin here and on some little accents on her belt, and also just little accents on the leaves, which hopefully you might be able to catch in the light there as I move it around. I used white cyano gel pen for like my toadstools and for like the little highlight areas on the page as well. And that was it. And I really like how she turned out. Such a pretty page. I like the color schemes. I love this kind of moody dark sky. I wish I could get my Copics to go on a little smoother, but it's quite hard on this paper, I find. It's not bad paper for Copics because it's quite smooth. Copics need a good smooth paper, but it's still a little bit patchy, but I kind of feel like it adds to the moodiness of it in some ways. And I really like how this one turned out. I had a lot of fun coloring along with Erica's hashtag this month. I'm a little obsessed with witches, and this was my first page done in this book, but I love it. I really like it. Oh, that was the page that Erica did right there. So she'd done this page. So yeah, I really like this book, and I am hoping that I can get to do some more pages in here, even though it's no longer October and no longer Halloween. But yeah, it's still autumn, and there's some lovely autumnal pages in here as well. So that was from Witch Season by Janna Prosvorina. Okay, then I did a very quick page from my Enchanted Faces, Mermaids, Fairies and Fantasy Pocket-Sized Colouring Book by Lynn. This is a favourite of mine. Let me zoom you in a little bit, so I'm going the wrong way. Let me zoom you in a little bit. One of my favourite books because it's so quick and easy to do. And in this book, I am working from front to back. So I'm doing all the pages in order. So the page that I had to do next was this lovely mermaid page. And I just did her really quickly, did a Copic marker base on everything, you can see, and then just shaded over with my Derwent Chroma Flow pencils, which I'm really enjoying using, as you can probably tell. I used a little bit of Pentel Sparkle Pop pen for the border, and a little bit of white Cyano gel pen just for a few little highlight details, which I'm not sure you'll be able to see particularly well on this page, but they're there. Yeah, I just love this book because it is super quick and easy to do a page, and you can do it yeah, in a couple of hours, like a sitting, which is really, really nice. So you can feel like you've achieved something. I am working on trying to get, you know, like a reflection of the glow from the sun. And I think I managed to do that okay in her hair and on her skin here. It's something that I'm trying to kind of figure out how to do, but yeah, I think it looks okay. I think it turned out quite nicely on this page. Like I say, a super quick and easy one, but I love this book. I only got one page done in here. I normally try and get 1 or 2 pages done every month. It is definitely a book that I can see myself finishing. I was gutted I didn't get to do this one, which is kind of very autumnal, but I'll get to her this month. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this one because she's got lots of kind of, there's acorns and lots of kind of autumnal leaves, so I'm looking forward to doing that one. But actually it was quite nice also to have a bit of a change from all the autumnal pages that I'd been doing and do something completely different. This one is very summery, and I went for a kind of vibrant, you know, blue and turquoise color palette, and I really like the way she turned out. So that was from Lynn's Enchanted Faces pocket-sized edition. And my very last page comes from Kanoko Egusa's Symphony of Cute Animals colouring book. Now this was actually a buddy colour. It was my very first buddy colour, and I did it with a bubble of colouring. I will leave her page, I will try and pop her page here for you to see. Her page was beautiful. She did a much different color palette from mine. She used a lot of darker colors, and it was so striking. I love the way hers turned out. But this was mine, and I'm trying to get it all in. Let me zoom you out slightly more. I keep going the wrong way. Yeah, so this was mine, and I kind of like how it turned out. I did a lot of experimenting on this page. So I started off, I had just recently got my Ohuhu water-based markers and a few Tombow water-based markers, and I decided to try using them as watercolor paints. So what I did was I had a acrylic block, just have an acrylic block, and I scribbled the color onto the acrylic block and then picked it up with a water brush and used it to paint over the top of my page. And I really liked the way it worked on the brickwork and the wall and the background. I thought it was really, really cool, and I just added a little bit of pencil over the top to add a touch of shading, but I really liked the way that turned out. On the whole, I'm pretty happy with my page. I did struggle a little bit with the color palette. I probably added a few too many colors in it. I don't know. I do like it. It's growing on me. I think the more I look at it, the more I like it. But I think it didn't quite turn out how I envisaged, I can never say that, envisaged it in my head. But there are a lot of things that I am happy with. I added some kind of woodwork detail to like my cupboards and my countertop, which I think turned out kind of fun and worked quite nicely. I added, I don't know if you can see that, I added some, this is Montmartre metallic watercolor paint, which I added to the kettle and to the little areas around the stove there. Hopefully that sparkle is picking up a little bit. I added some Spectrum Noir crystal clear sparkle pen to the glass jars, and yeah, so there's a little bit of, and also here, there's a little bit of sparkle and shine on it, which I do like. I struggled a little bit with the fur on my little mice, but I think overall it turned out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with it. Absolutely adore Bubble of Coloring's picture. Hers turned out absolutely amazing, and I'm so happy that she asked me to do a buddy color with her. She, if you haven't subscribed to her channel or are following her on Instagram, please go and do so. Her artwork is stunning. She does some beautiful coloring. So thank you so much to her for asking me to do a colour along with her, a buddy colour. I had never done one before, so it was a new experience for me and I really enjoyed it. And I'm so happy to have this page completed. Obviously a very autumnal page with the pumpkins at the bottom, and yeah, it was so much fun to do, and yeah, I had a lot of fun. And also another page done, so I think I've got 3 pages done in this book now, which is really neat. I have a few pages marked that I would like to get to hopefully in the coming weeks, so we will see. But yes, thanks again to Bubble of Colouring for asking me to join her on that buddy colour. And that is it. That is all of my completed pages for this month. Not many, I know, but a few. So I'm hoping that I can get a few more done this month. We will see. But thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you will join me again soon. As I say, I'm hoping to do a little kind of haul video to show you what I got when I was traveling, and also what I got for my birthday last month. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Bye.